Hey everyone, this is Dan from Stereofield Recordings, and welcome to Remixed. I've been recording live concerts in and around Rochester for about the past decade or so, and in this series we're going to go back and we're going to listen to some of those recordings that I did, and we're going to remix them with my hopefully newfound experience and knowledge here. Today we're going to be featuring a session from The Movers. These guys were a lot of fun. They're a great dance band out of the Finger Lakes. I recorded them on songs from Studio B. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people really enjoyed it. And yeah, The Movers from the Finger Lakes. We're going to be listening to what is kind of one of their signature songs, Keep On Working. We're not going to listen to the whole thing. We're just going to get a sample so we can kind of hear what the sound is. Such a great voice, man.
I just can't stop.
So I'm hearing a surprising amount of room mic in here. That's actually a great kick bass tone. I remember spending a lot of time with the guitar tone, and something tells me that once we get into this session, I didn't do all that. So this is a dance tune. It kind of sits right there, so we don't have to listen to the entire thing to kind of get the musical sense of what they're going for. So this is our Logic session here. So let's just let's start it. The only thing I did really to bus everything, it was just bus everything, and we'll just make sure that all of our levels are by and large even. Let's just talk about the tracking quickly. Vocal lead was the Shure SM57 with the pop filter, the presidential pop filter. Other vocals were SM58s. They don't sing on this track, so we'll just mute those now to keep it easy. Harp, harmonica, one of those Green Hornets. Bass, direct out. Guitar mic, I believe, is a 57 or an E609. I think it's a 57. I also took a direct injection from the guitar, and we might explore that a little bit, or we might not use it at all. For our overheads, we did a Glyn Johns type of thing, as you saw in the video. So it's overhead and floor tom, and we also had a hi-hat mic in here, and that is very critical. that will become absolutely critical later on, and I'll explain why. Kick, snare, toms, and room mics. Cool. I'm going to shut up, and we'll listen a little bit. Yeah, so how we do this is... Yeah. This is... I think that was a different take here. Yeah, there we go. I think they used the second take for this one. Yep, there it is. Okay, so that's a lot of room mics. I'm gonna mute those, and let's just see how much better that is. Okay, wow, that was a lot of room mics in there. That room at Channel 8 is really interesting, so that's where the main studio is, and then we did songs from Studio B in there when that series was still in production. And now, like most wet rooms, it does better when the music is primarily acoustic, and it can do some very weird things if it's not. So the other thing we heard was a ton of guitar, but that's because we got both the mic and the DI. Let's just listen to what the mic sounds like. So it looks like in the middle of this I gained down a bit, which was dumb. So let's just sort of let's just, for the ease of making this quick, we'll just eyeball it. We'll listen, of course, a little bit. Boy, I find it hard to believe that I turned it down that much. That's about the same. That's kind of the tricky part with the default gain function, or the gain plugin in Logic. It does color differently, obviously, than what your preamp is. So, visually looks about the same, but, again, use your ears, don't look, but sometimes you got to do it for a quick reference. Okay. To my ears, that's pretty close. We'll also just keep it there for expediency's sake. So let's listen to what the DI sounds like. Okay, that's awesome. I am glad I took that. I don't know why I was messing. I remember spending so much time on this mix, and that sounds great. I just so did not need to do that much with it. So now that we've muted the rooms, and we've taken out the mic and the guitar. Okay, still obviously a ton of guitar, but that tone is, oh.
I just can't stop.
So, I'm going to mute the hi-hat mic. First of all, this is not something you typically do with Glyn Johns. I was just kind of in a mode for a while where I wanted a lot of hi-hat in my mix. I'm out of that mode. But something that happened later in this session, and I didn't realize it when I was mixing it, and I couldn't figure out why the hi-hat mic sounded so weird in some of the other tracks, is because I used a little clamp. And they're fine clamps, it's like from Camvate or something, for anything but a drum kit. So I had a clamp, let me put it full screen here. So if this is the hi-hat stand, I clamped it like this, and then the hi-hat mic was pointing up, and it fell over. So at some point, the hi-hat mic was pointing at the floor. And so that creates some weirdness later. So just... we're kind of pretending that that's a more ideal tracking thing, and so, yeah, we'll just mute that, and I also feel like that's going to give us some more balanced drum kit sound.
Keep on working. I just can't stop.
Nice. Cool. I'm going to do some basic high-pass filtering and general cleanup things while this plays through.
Keep on working. I just can't stop. I got to keep on working until I drop. Gotta keep on working till I get to the top. Someday, baby.
God, these guys can groove. Oh, man.
Gotta take a look. Check out the sights.
This is also something I was doing a little bit for a while, where I bust together the kick and the snare in like a center kit thing.
Coming back down.
I know why I was doing that, but I'll just kind of leave it as a bust because it's all feeding into the drum kit anyway.
Keep on working. We just can't stop.
I think actually we used the third take.
Keep on working. I just can't stop. I got to keep on working.
It's been so long. This one was a couple of years ago.
Until I drop. Gotta keep on working till I get to the top.
Oh,
Where I'm standing right now ain't too much of a view.
now what's cool about the, let's just do it. Let's kind of experiment and have some fun with it. Obviously the cool part about taking a DI is that you can reamp it. And this kind of strikes me as a Texas blues thing, but at the same time, kind of how he has his settings. It's also going to be very clear in a moment here that I do not know a lot about how to set up a guitar cab. But where I'm going with this is that I think something a little bit lighter, something quicker, with less low end is going to sit better for this tune. Okay, that's a little bright. Let's just try... I think silver is kind of their mock Fender here.
People, just what I'm gonna do.
Cool.
Got to keep on working till I get next to you.
Sorry.
Keep on working. You just can't stop. We're gonna keep on working until we drop.
Cool. I think that works a little bit better. What do you
Gotta
think, guys?
keep on working till we get to the top. Somebody's trying
Because I think it gets a little bit more of that,
to put you down,
but it doesn't feel bogged down as much.
got to keep on climbing, gaining ground. Don't stop trying. Till you see all around.
Nice. Anson's also got like a great sound on that bass.
Keep on working. You just can't stop.
Did we use the second take? What is going on here? Because that doesn't sound like it's the one either.
Well, it's down in your soul until you drop.
Is it this one? I think it's this one, right? Oh, this is hilarious. I'm gonna let this play where I see if I can pull up a two-year-old
I just can't stop.
Facebook message here.
I got to keep on working until I drop. Gotta keep on working till I get to the top. Where I'm standing right now ain't too much of a view. I'm telling you people just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep on working till I get next to you.
Okay, I do think it is this one. I think this is it. Okay, anyway. We'll keep going like it is. And even if it isn't, kind of the point is we're still getting we're still getting the right sounds.
Keep on working. I just can't stop. We're gonna keep on working until we drop. Gotta keep on working.
So one thing I'm super happy with right away is that it feels pretty punchy, and we haven't had to do any compression at all. And a big part of that is just this band is so well balanced. And the interesting thing too is, and they know this, they're not loud. They're a very quiet band. Just their internal dynamics. And so that way, this was really cool for them to record. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay. So we're getting some phasing in the drums, you can hear it. In the overheads. I think that was... I just didn't have the Glyn Johns properly set up. Which is annoying, but you know, that's what happens. The drum sound was great. We're just getting some weird cymbal sound. So already, you know, yeah, and the other mix sounded good. You know, the big thing that I remember with that one, and you might have heard it, is back then I just had such like, there was this Ozone like tape head emulator thing, and I put it on the master bus, and it caused a lot of like weird, volume drops. It's just weird. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do, you guys are going to come to learn that I like just to bust my toms together and work on it that way, but just based on where, just pitch-wise where these are sitting, I think we need to do a little bit more work. Just to clean up a lot of frequencies. Between the two. The other thing, and this, there's no, wow, listen to the bleed from that, holy moly. So, these are the Telefunken M81 short handles, which, I mean, they're great. I mean, they're great mics. The problem is not that they're bad mics, it's just, I think certainly back then I just wasn't super diligent about placing them the right way, and the clamp that I have from them, they're not the nicest clamps. Okay. Awesome. Way better. Kate takes care of some of that weird cymbalage we were having. I'm gonna flip the phase on the drums, or the toms, and see what happens. Alright, that cleans up our cymbal a little bit. Nice.
We're gonna keep on working until we drop. Gotta keep on working.
So, for our snare, we want a nice, this is a fat snare kind of band. So we want to put you down, baby. We're gonna want a fast attack. Yeah, nice.
Gaining ground. Don't stop trying.
Nice. Cool.
just can't stop. You got to keep on working until you drop. Please keep on working till you get to the top. When you get there, baby, take a look around.
Cool.
Check out the sights.
We could probably also use, so right now a lot of these things, because we're doing a lot of compression for tone shaping for the drums, that's naturally bringing it hotter in the mix than it might otherwise be. So the drums are going to be sitting heavy for a little bit while we do this, and then we'll rebalance it just to kind of get the tone, the attack, the way we want it.
Keep on working. I just can't stop. I got to keep on working until I drop.
I want to
Gotta keep on working.
something like saturation or overdrive might work for the drums. I don't think we need something like, I don't think it needs compression, because I don't think it does. I just think we need something to kind of gel it all together a little bit. And I like the one knob driver for this. A little bit of this is going to go a long way, I think. So obviously, what you hear happens there. So we're shifting this to instead of a shelf, a high pass filter, so we still get some of that 40 to 60 hertz range.
Keep on working. I just can't stop. We're gonna keep on working.
Ooh, okay, that's our vocal bus there.
Keep on working
That's a great vocal sound though.
till we get to the top.
It's high energy,
It's somebody's trying
like the bleed's not bad.
to put you down, baby.
I don't think we certainly don't need to go super high in the compression. And I want to add just a tiny bit of the rockabilly
Gaining ground.
slapback thing.
Don't stop trying till you see all around.
Nice.
Get down.
I know what I was going for at the one knob, but wasn't quite doing it for me, so we'll revisit the bass in a second.
Keep on working. You just can't stop.
123 I find
Gotta
is
keep on working
that's my rockabilly delay.
until you drop.
Nice. Just a little bit, I don't need a lot. He's got
Please keep on working.
he has such a unique voice, and I don't want to drown it out with effects, but I think a little bit of tape delay on that is going to go a long way. I just want to bring it back just a tiny bit as my computer starts to freeze on us. Well, that makes sense. We've been doing this for, well, the video probably is only about 20 minutes, but I spent the first 10 minutes of our usable time here troubleshooting.
Working till you get to the top.
Yeah, right about there is good.
When you get there, baby, take a look around.
Yeah, all right.
Check out
Kind
the
of,
sights
does our bass just need some gain?
from the highest ground.
Kind of sitting low here.
Try not to worry
Yes.
about coming back down.
All right, well, So I think it needs gain and multiband compression.
Keep on working.
Also, look how many stock plugins I'm using. The only one I haven't used so far that's not stock is the one driver, and we ended up muting that. So I'm a firm believer in stock plugins. They work just as they work super well. Unless you need something for a specialty project, most of I use Ozone for some mastering chain stuff. But, oh yeah. Well, that multiband compression did it. Awesome. Oh, listen to the punch. That's great technique on the fingers. That's what that is. Your amp settings can be whatever else they want, but
keep on working. I just can't stop.
This is nitpicking. I'm not super convinced that this needs. We'll take it back here. You know what? Logic's freezing. We might as well let it play for a little bit.
We're standing right now. Ain't too much of a view. I'm telling you people just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep on working till I get next to you.
Even though it's just on one tom, I always thought it was so cool how it kind of sounds like it's changing pitch, or it has such great forward momentum to it. It's such a simple little fill, but it did its job so well. There we go, we're back. Who knew? Just had to be patient. And it doesn't. I do not think the bass needs a lot.
Keep on working. I just can't stop.
So it kind of backtracked a little bit, took that gain off.
Keep on working.
So back, and a note on this, I'm just really working on intuition. When in my more recent stuff, the gain staging and everything is much more consistent, and I haven't revisited this in 2 years. I don't necessarily know what I was thinking about in every single moment like I would in something I just mixed. So what I was hearing is, okay, I could crank the volume, but I just felt like it needed the punch and the sensitivity you get from gain as opposed to just turning it up. And that worked, and then we added on the multiband compressor, and then we added on the compressor, and then, okay. So we knew that wasn't working. So I just turned the gain off, just, because I wanted to do the experiment to see.
Until we drop.
I think that's great. I'm not going to touch it anymore.
Gotta keep on working.
I'm going to shorten up the release a little bit, see what that sounds like.
Till we get to the top. Somebody's trying.
Make it longer.
To put you down, baby.
Cool.
Got to keep on climbing. Gaining ground. Don't stop trying.
So, okay, I'm not going to bring up Firefox again because my computer might die. The link's in the description if you want to go back and check it. But what a difference. Really. And there's nothing, that was still one of my better ones, but I think the choices we made in the guitar are better here. I think, for an experiment, let's just fade in some rooms. Let's just take out the low end because we got that where we're sitting, so we don't, whoa, look at all that too. Let's just see if it gets us something we like. Wow.
Keep on working.
The answer is no. I don't like any room mics in there.
I just can't stop. I got to keep on working until I drop.
This sounds great.
Gotta keep on working.
It's going to master really well. So we've already automated the harp. I just, it didn't make sense to delete that. So let's just find that guitar solo. turn it up there. And then I will do our quick mastering job, and I think we got ourselves a mix.
Got to keep on climbing, gaining ground. Don't stop trying till you see all around.
Here's an idea. So here's why in one of these future mixes, you know, I'll do the cool effect that you can get when you take both a mic and a direct injection. So I'm kind of doing the opposite of how I would do this, where normally I would take the mic'd sound and then blend it with a different amping on the direct injection. So, you know, I'm not a guitar tech, but let's just say he's got a Vox, right? And then maybe I'll put it on a Fender. Basically, I'll do the opposite generally of whatever the mic sounds like. If it needs some brightness, I'll use the DI to reamp it and blend it in for something that's brighter. If it's a super bright amp and I kind of feel like it needs some weight, I'll do the opposite. You know, I'll make it lower. So here we're kind of doing the opposite of what I would do, where we like our DI sound and then we're blending in mic. And actually this works really well because, especially for this tune, for the other ones that worked, we need something quicker, right? So the choice we made there, that allows that to articulate much better, but then this kind of fuzzy sound really works in this solo. Nice.
Keep on working, you just can't stop. You got to keep on working until you drop.
Cool. I love how this sounds. For what this is,
Keep on working
you know, for a field recording,
till you get to
I'm very
the
happy.
top.
So let's put on our, as I look over my
When you
phone
get
camera
there,
here, the joys of filming content, you know what I'm saying?
take a look around.
So let's just put on our good old
Check out the
fashioned,
sights
oh, let's just kind of hear what it sounds like when
from
we
the
add in.
highest ground.
So, as I've talked about, I am an absolute, oh, this is that vintage tape plugin that does weird things on the master bus. The Logic limiter, I've not had a good time with that. There's a lot of weird artifacts sometimes, even if it doesn't peak out. There's just weird level drops. But out of all the quick and dirty mastering that I do, this vintage limiter, you know, the Ozone vintage limiter or whatever, it's the most consistent. So, you know, I just kind of pick 11.5 lefts. It just seems to work. So
I got to keep on working until I drop. Gotta keep on working till I get to the top. Where I'm standing right now, ain't too much of a view. I'm telling you people just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep on working till I get next to you.
So I think now that we're listening to it there, our low end could use a bit of taming, which is interesting. Now that it's more up to volume. my headphones down.
I just can't stop. We're gonna keep on working until we drop.
Just trying something.
Gotta keep on working till we get to the top. Somebody's trying.
So just turn the overheads down a little bit, and I think that balanced it out a bit
To
more.
put you down, baby. Got to keep on climbing, gaining ground.
Oh yeah.
Don't stop trying till you see all around. Get down. Keep on working.
Oh yeah.
You just can't stop. You got to keep on working.
Cool. Well, I'm super happy with how this sounds. We had, for the most part, great tracking to work with. But besides the hi-hat thing, we got clean signals on everything. The first one sounded good, but I think this one, besides the weird volume dropping from the tape head, it sounds a bit clearer. I don't know how I got the punchiness from the last one, but it sounds cleaner. It sounds a bit more live, which I'm happy with. Cool. I'm Dan Gross from Stereo Field Recordings. Thanks for watching this installment of Remixed. This was the movers on my previous series, Songs from Studio B. What I will do is just check the description. You can check out the original video there, as well as all of the movers' social media accounts, because you should follow them. And then I will also export this in a bounce, and I'll have a sampling link there so you can listen to the final thing. Thanks for watching, and see you out there.